Ripping and roasting, yeah, that's what we do. Set 'em up, knock 'em down, make that cherry glow. Whiskey and cigars, the gentleman's cologne.
Cheers, y'all. That sounds like a party just about to happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fine radio program, podcast, and video extravaganza known internationally as the world-famous Smokin' and Toastin'. We're up to show number 458, and our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And that's not technically true. It's not all about those things. It's supposed to be. But we have a tendency to get sidetracked.
We do wander
every
from time
once
to
in a while. So apologies in advance, and we're feeling pretty good. Oh, but there's one important reminder at the top of the show that we have to let you know. Please do not listen to Smokin' and Toastin' if you are allergic to Smokin' and Toastin'.
Or if you're allergic to any of the ingredients in smoking.
That's right. Yeah, it could be a thing. But
any of the ingredients? Not you have to be any one of the ingredients.
Have you noticed though that every single advertisement on TV for a pharmaceutical of some sort, they now have to say, "Do not use Bifurgy if you are allergic to Bifurgy." It's like, well, I don't get it, man. You would think you would know that.
I think as annoying it is to the listener, I think the person that's really annoying to is the guy who has to write all of the script for that.
Yeah.
And they have to okay, we bought a 60-second ad. All right, but don't forget, 37 seconds has to be for this ridiculous disclaimer.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite part, too, is just sitting there and trying to figure out what the hell does that medicine do?
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Like,
I know what it might do.
And the guy that writes the script, hey guys, I got the script. This is perfect. It's going to sell tons of this drug. No, this is way too clear on what it actually does for you.
But see,
It makes you dance and sing in the park.
It's like
cooking dinners.
It's like they took. Remember the old BASF commercials from way back in the day
With the guy
we
sitting in
don't
the chair?
make things. We just make things better. You're like, what the hell is BASF?
Yes.
Exactly. The thing about them, though, that always, like I'm allergic to amoxicillin. I'm okay with other penicillins, but amoxicillin makes me throw up, right? There's never been a day when I've been at home going, you know what? I think I want to try some amoxicillin since I learned.
Since you learned that,
yeah.
Also, you don't really go just wake up one morning and go, you know what, I'm going to go to the store and get some amoxicillin.
What was
You
the
kinda need a
social anxiety?
prescription,
There was a
man.
social anxiety drug. It used to crack me up because at the end, side effects may include loss of bowel control.
Yeah, well,
boy.
yeah, exactly. So you're going to be okay being around other people. You just may have to excuse yourself a
super
lot.
chill.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, boy, it's great hanging out with you guys. I'll be right back.
Yep. I'm gonna get on this elevator to the 27th floor.
And this is what I meant by it's not all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. We're going to talk about spirits today. We're going to talk about the best and worst celebrity spirits, according to. So that should be fun because there's a lot of them out there. Some of them are obvious money grabs, but some of them are pretty good. So,
Some of them are pretty good.
yeah. So we'll get to all of that today. We'll be talking about some beers as well from Denver, Colorado, and the River North Brewery.
Oh, we've had some River North on.
We'll be trying the River North Helles. It's a German-style lager, and I'm sure you're going to hate it. So, because that's not right up your
Sounds
alley
delicious.
or anything. From the Vale Brewing Company in Richmond, Virginia, a hazy IPA called Doom Volume. And I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those super hopped IPAs. I haven't tasted this yet, so we'll see. And then finally from Destihl Brewery in Normal, Illinois.
Destihl makes great stuff.
Yeah, we're going to be trying their American stout called Black Angel.
Nice.
So,
they always have really cool artwork too.
And then Ian brought the whiskey for today.
I'm going to zoom out here so we can make sure to get that in the picture.
Oh, the whiskey. Terry is absolutely infatuated with this bottle of Glenlivet. It's a triple cask, and we'll be trying that. But apparently this is something you can only get at duty-free stores.
That's right. So it's a duty-free only, triple cask mature. It only comes in a 1 liter bottle, which I'm not complaining about.
Yeah, especially after today when we drain half of it, so you'll have half a liter left.
Half a liter left.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I saw it when I was on the cruise a few weeks back, and there was a couple bottles on there. You'll see them eventually, but a couple bottles on there that I just hadn't seen anywhere else before.
Yeah, and so
I was
of
like,
course
well,
you had to make
I
purchases.
think I have to snap that up, right?
Of course, it's and what's great about doing this show is that you can use that as the excuse. Well, I have to buy this because we have to try it on the show.
Of course I need a receipt. It's a write-off.
That's exactly right. So hopefully we'll be able to write off this whole show. We will be bringing you the usual features here on the program. Our drunken fact, which we like to bring to you to give you a little piece of knowledge to drop at that appropriate time when you're at a party and maybe everybody's drinking and you want to come off like, I know stuff. So we'll give you a drunken fact to share. Our drunken fact teaser headline for today is ferrets. Why'd it have to be ferrets? A little borrowed from Indiana Jones there. And drinking news, which comes up in the second hour of the show. It's where we bring you a story from the news that sometimes, but not always, involves drinking, but is always best enjoyed if you've been drinking. And our drinking news headline for today is, it's a teaser. One word, guano. So I'm sure you can look forward to that.
My grandfather used to use that word.
Guano?
Yeah. Talk about bat guano.
Yeah, exactly. Because as far as I know, the only animal excrement that is called guano is from bats.
It's from bats, yeah.
I don't think there's any, butterfly
Deer guano.
or
Deer
deer
guano.
Yeah. There's all kinds of different names for it. Hunters know them all,
yeah.
But no, the guano is exclusively bat oriented. So we'll get. And I'm a big Batman fan. So
there you go. Yeah.
So
that's
it's,
it.
it all works out and should
Even the critter that does little square. The little square duties doesn't have a specific name for it.
What is that, Roblox? What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No.
It's a pink square sheep.
That was one of our drunken
Right,
facts.
right.
Yeah. I forget what
This is the best part of the drunken fact is because I only know a part of it, so I'll sound like a complete imbecile when I talk about it.
All right, well, you'll want to pay
You have to drink
attention
more
today.
to remember.
I just have something to respond to the guy on the bus with.
You want to pay attention today because it's all about ferrets. I owned a ferret, actually, once. His name was Mr. Wheeze.
Mr. Wee.
Yeah. Mr. Wheeze liked to climb in between the baseboards and the wall.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Yeah, he was not
So
good.
just like the real Pauly Shore.
That's right.
Nice marmot.
The thing about ferrets, I believe they may be the only animal that can do this. They have a unique ability to poop their own weight every 2 hours.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So if you have like cats and a litter box, and you're like, man, why do I have to clean out the litter box so often? Don't get a ferret. That's all I'm saying. And they don't always make it to the litter box. You find it in like your underwear drawer and different places. Yeah, no,
they can climb and get into things.
They tunnel, they burrow. So it's So I know far too much about ferrets, but this show isn't called Ferretin' and Toastin'. It's called Smokin' and Toastin'. So we'll talk about cigars, we'll talk about spirits, and we'll even talk about a mystery beverage of sorts. It's something that we like to refer to as the beverage of mystery. Now, the only rules about the beverage of mystery is that the only person who knows what it is the person what brung it. That is me again today, and I can tell you it looks very orange juice-ish.
Yeah, I was thinking it's a very good
But
morning
it doesn't
beverage.
smell like orange.
No, it smells more like coconut, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells like coconut and
Candle.
I'm getting.
it doesn't have
Smells
a little
like a
bit
coconut candle. That's
candle
what it
kind of
smells like.
smell.
See, I'm just getting reminders of putting on that sunscreen lotion.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was like-
yes, very much. Very much.
So, all right, well, guys, give it a sip and see what you think.
Oh, is it trying to be a painkiller?
Oh boy, it's
Kind of tastes a little bit like a painkiller, doesn't it?
I mean, I catch that
Yeah,
coconut
but-
flavor, but for no reason. It's
very
there for no
suntan
reason.
lotion-y.
Yeah.
The random coconut.
It seems like it's supposed to be some sort of like mimosa, but like with coconut flavor for no reason.
Coconut mimosa. I like that. What do you think? Do you like it?
No.
No, you don't. See, I don't think it's that bad. What do you think?
No,
Terry?
no. I mean, it's not horrible. It's just that for some reason I'm not understanding the coconut
It tastes
flavor
like
in
you
there.
remember when you used to have a jug of Tang at home?
Yeah.
And the jug was getting low, and Mom would be like, "Hold on, let me make some more." Psh, and magically there was more Tang, but it was a much lighter color.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're saying this is like the
So
darker
it tastes
color?
like
Watered
it tastes
down.
like that, and then someone spilled their suntan lotion in it.
I've never tasted
And
something...
then sprinkle a little nutmeg on top.
Yeah.
It does have a little bit of that painkiller vibe, and it's the nutmeg.
It feels like it's trying to be a painkiller, but it's not a good painkiller.
It just that for some reason it feels to me like there's two separate flavors, and the coconut was, I don't know why it's there.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm just getting. I don't know
The coconut
why.
feels random to you?
Yeah, it just feels random to me.
All right, well, I suppose you probably got a question
Is that
for me.
a beverage of mystery in your pocket over there, or are you just happy to see us?
I am very happy to see you. But the beverage of mystery in my pocket is from the Collective Project. It is their mango, pineapple, and coconut THC drink.
Oh,
pass
so that's
that
why
over to
it's
you.
not very alcoholic.
Right, yeah. It doesn't have an alcoholic flavor to it at all, but that's because there's no
Infused
alcohol in it.
sparkling
I don't
juice.
think there's anything wrong with it. I just don't know. I think they could have done without the coconut.
You think it'd have been better just with the...
I don't think the coconut. It's just weird. The coconut to
The
me
coconut
is
could be masking the weed taste, though.
Ooh, you might be right.
You know?
You might be
Contains
right.
25% juice, 10 milligrams THC per dose. Of course, this is 2 doses in this can.
Oh, it is. Okay, so
Oh.
that's a 20. Okay, that
Okay.
explains it.
Well, that's at least reasonable because most cans only have like 5, and
Right.
who knows what milligram
Right.
is what?
We've
Who
had
knows
the
what that is.
we've had the buddies before, which we actually liked, the THC buddies, and those are 10 milligrams per can.
can.
But this would be, if that's 2 servings, that'd be 20 milligrams per can.
This product has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration.
Nope.
This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease.
Wow.
I will note that there are many states, our state of Texas being one of them, that they are working really hard to try and ban these THC
Yes.
beverages. Which you got to wonder, like a brewery like Eighth Wonder, which
Yeah.
I can see from my house, is a brewery that they were a pretty decent
Had some
craft
really good
brewery.
beers.
Had some really good beers. Got bought by a cannabis company. And they still make great beers, but they have overhauled the production line. A big part of what they do now is their Eighth Wonder Water, which is the THC sparkling water, which is quite frankly really good. And but you got to think that's part of how they've rescued that craft brewery after they took it over. And if that gets taken away, it's going to put Eighth Wonder and some of the other places in a bit of a bind, I think.
I mean, to think that it's going to go away is kind of weird because I don't think it's going to go away. And yeah, it's definitely a thing now. Seth Rogen, he's the big one right now that is advocating for it because he's saying that there's such a problem and people are worried. And he said it's just other businesses that are worried,
Right.
About it. But at the end of the day, when you see something like what you're just talking about, that shows that they can live in harmony.
I will say, as someone that has, and this is a very recent development for me, is I've been drinking more of them, especially those buddies, because there's days when I'm trying not to have beers, just for weight loss reasons and for trying to lose some weight. So if you want to unwind a little bit, at the end of the day, one of those decent THC seltzers is not a bad way to do it. So
I've never had a whole one. The only ones I've ever tasted have been on the show, basically.
well, we'll have to.
Maybe we
have to
do a
keep this
show
set
where
up.
that's all we drink and see what happens.
Yeah,
That would be good.
or not. We'll have to see.
We should record about an hour after the show as
Yeah,
well,
right.
just like an extra bonus segment.
Be
What
like,
happened?
Be like those things they do in the radio where the highway patrol comes in and gets the DJ drunk over the show, and they show his speech
His decline.
Yeah,
declining.
exactly, yeah.
It'll be a lot like that.
yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. We still have the drunken fact coming up. We'll get to that coming up next. We'll find out what Ian had to smoke this week and more. It's Smoking and Toasting, our program again, all about craft beer, fine spirits, hand rolled cigars, and an occasional topic of ferrets. We'll be right back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. Want to say real quickly a brief thanks to Terry, who I think outfitted our microphones with these sort of dangly
Shock mounts.
Yes, and
shock mounts.
Richard was the one who built them.
So so we have when we tap on the table, it doesn't make the same
Yeah.
loud noise.
Let's try this.
So it's see that's a normal
Look at that.
tapping on the table instead of a resounding boom.
Yeah.
So it only took us 458 episodes to finally isolate that issue.
It doesn't activate your subwoofers.
Yeah, that's right. Let's do the drunken fact, Terry, and then we'll find out what Ian had smoked this week.
All right. Oh, yeah. Still have the other one going.
I like that, whatever that was.
It was Buddha Crush. It was still playing from the intro there.
I was digging it, yeah. Only thing, the guitar player seemed a little off, but the vocals were great.
And now it's time for another Smoking and Toasting Drinking Fact.
So usually it's me that calls it the drinking fact instead of the drunken fact.
Yes, the drunken fact.
Terry.
Drunken fact.
Thank you. An endurance sport, which actually exists, is called ferret legging.
Ferret legging?
What?
And in this sport, competitors attempt to keep ferrets trapped in their pants for as long as possible.
What, did they learn that from the Three Stooges?
I have no idea.
What is happening there?
I have no idea.
Is it ferret legging?
Ferret legging.
Where
It's
do they do this?
Actual endurance sport.
Yeah, what
Competitors,
country
they
is
put
This has got to be Canadian.
They put ferrets in your pants, and you try to keep them in there for as long as possible. And I can just imagine, like the winner of the ferret legging endurance sport. He's crowned the winner, and you got Jim Nantz from the NFL and the Golf Channel. They're interviewing, handing him the trophy. Go, so look, congratulations on your win. It looks like you pooped your pants, though. And he goes, no, that was the ferrets. So that would be how that would go. But no, that's a real thing.
I have some questions too.
Ferret legging.
Do you have like special, at least underwear you get to wear while you're doing that?
Yeah.
Is that just,
a little extra shielding?
Yeah, or is this like done in Scotland and they just do it like the kilts? You just shove it into some jogging pants and you're good to go.
I think it's probably like that. Well, every week on our program...
Wait, what are the rules for this game?
Well, I don't know the rules. I just know that it exists. So
You have caused so many questions.
pants, ferrets, that's it. That's the show. That's the whole sport. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ian, do you have anything interesting to smoke this week?
I did, but I can't think about anything but ferrets now. Mr. Punch's Wieners.
Oh, wow.
I mean, at least you brought something to follow up the ferret story with.
Last week, I tried Mr. Punch's Wieners.
That's right.
I thought you talked about that last week.
You did.
Yes, but see, this cigar is double-ended.
He turned it around this week.
So I had a second one that I smoked from the red end rather than the blue end.
Okay.
It's like a reversible jacket.
A little bit, right?
Well, did it keep you warm?
Actually, it was chilly this morning when I was smoking it. But I had a cup of coffee. Everything was good. Same information as last week. Double-ended Toro 6x50. It's called Mr. Punch's Wieners. It says right on it, smoke from either end. You can see it in the picture right here. Ecuadorian Sumatra seed wrapper. The binder is American broadleaf. And then the filler is half Dominican on one side, and Dominican Andula on one side, and half Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan on the other side. So you can smoke it from either end. The appearance, oily chocolate brown, single label in the center, smoke from either end, band red and blue on each end. The pre-light sniff on this, sweet barnyard and mocha kind of on the red side, sweet kind of grass fire on the blue side. The pre-light draw, I used a V-cut. It has no draw. Both ends are closed.
That would explain it, yeah.
Yep.
No draw whatsoever. So not a lot of pre-light draw.
Not getting much here.
The initial light, I heat the end and kind of overheat it with the torch to get through the cap on the end, and then and light it. The draw opens right up for it. Get a little bit of black pepper. This is lighting from the red end because it's different from last week. Get a little bit of black pepper, touch of cayenne with an underlying savory note, and a touch of cedar. Retrohale's peppery and woody with a touch of sweetness. First third of the cigar, generous mouthfuls of smoke, delivering sweet campfire and savory spices. Cedar and white pepper lingers long on the aftertaste with a wine-like dryness. Retrohale is cedar and white pepper with a touch of sweetness. Solid ash, perfect burn. Proposed pairing. I was thinking maybe a Belgium-style beer. Or a cognac, something
Oh, nice.
a little on the sweeter side with a little fruit going on to
That'd
it,
be
I think,
nice, yeah.
with this. Second, third of this, more of the same, then a switch. and it switched to coffee.
No, this is when you hit the midpoint, I take
Yes,
it. Yeah.
coffee begins to appear along with savory broth, white pepper morphs to black pepper, cayenne falls away, replaced by tangy leather, a toasty note sneaks in behind the coffee with a touch of earth and sweet cedar, retrohales, bullion, and sweet coffee, solid ash, perfect burn. The last third of this, meaty bullion and cedar define the last third, which of course was the main character at the beginning of the cigar last week. And defines the last third of the cigar with a wine-like dryness on the finish, retrohales, sweet coffee, and cedar with a touch of pepper. Solid ash, perfect burn. So the price on this cigar is $7-ish. I had 2 of them. I smoked them from either end. Last week I gave it a 6 because I really enjoyed it. This week I gave it a 7. Not because I enjoyed it more, but that's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. You
whole
get a
idea
cigar, you're
of
like, which end am I going to light it from?
Yeah, I like it. Gives you
I mean,
options.
ostensibly you could cut it down
Choices.
the middle and have 2 small cigars too.
Right?
I don't know. It was fun.
I like all of it. I like all of it. So I'll have to try Mr. Punch's Wieners.
Mr. Punch's Wieners.
Something about that just doesn't sound right, does it? All right, we have to take a break, and we will be back. I'll tell you about my cigar for this week. Plus, we'll get into a little bit of an article from Cigar Aficionado about a dozen delightful cigars you need to try right now.
Right now.
Except this article came out like about a month ago, so you're already running behind.
Last month.
Yeah, so stand by. We'll get to it coming up. It's Smoking and Toasting. Wow, that one was excited.
Happy beer.
Love it. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, hand-rolled cigars, and ferrets. We'll be talking about the best and worst celebrity spirits on the program today. Plus, we're just about to taste our first beer, which is River North Helles from the, it's a German-style lager from the River North Brewery out of Denver, Colorado. So we're looking forward to that. The cigar I smoked this week was the Aging Room Quattro Nicaragua Vibrato. And as a brand, Aging Room is kind of all over the place. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about quality, but where Aging Room cigars are made. Rafael Nodal, the cigar master behind the brand, has a lot of different Aging Room lines rolled in a lot of different factories in South and Central America. But the Quattro Nicaragua, which is made at the A.J. Fernandez factory there in Nicaragua, is what Cigar Aficionado has called Rafael's masterpiece. The Quattro Nicaragua is Nodal's vision, but was crafted by AJ himself and uses all Nicaraguan tobacco. The Vibrato is the Toro size, 6x52. It's box pressed. It's a beauty. And by the way, I thought I'd reviewed this cigar before, and I went back and looked in my notes. I couldn't find it. So maybe if I have done this before.
They've had the Quattro out for years.
Yes. It's been out for quite a while. In fact, I think it was Cigar of the Year, 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that.
Right. But the Quattro Nicaragua is a specific version of the Quattro too.
Absolutely. It's like I said, it's a Toro size. It's a beauty. Very few veins and a deep chocolate brown colored wrapper. And chocolate is likely to be a thing in this review because I also got quite a bit of that on the pre-light sniff. The cold draw added pepper, espresso, and a hint of malt. And it got me pretty excited to get this baby lit up and start smoking. Right out of the gate, I got hit by a kind of a baby version of the Nicaraguan pepper blast. Noticeable, but not overwhelming. Pepper, dark chocolate that I mentioned, and caramel dominated the first third, but there were other flavors too that weaved in and out of the palate. Creaminess, malt, and charred wood all made appearances, and the pepper left a very satisfying tang on my tongue. Excellent construction and burn so far. The second third, kind of a bourbony sweetness started to weave in and out amongst the pepper and the chocolate. A few hints of molasses and caramel showed up. Pepper seemed to have backed off just a touch. Construction continued to be spot on. Final third, pepper came roaring back into the foreground, kicking the Aging Room Quattro Nicaragua Vibrato into an almost full-bodied territory. Some oak and dryness on the finish brought the Doritos effect into full display. It didn't taste like Doritos, but after every puff, I immediately wanted another one. There wasn't really anything about the cigar that I didn't love. It definitely performs like a textbook A.J. Fernandez blend, whether it was Rafael Nadal's vision or not. If you like A.J.'s stuff, this is a great cigar to add to your humidor. Suggested pairing, even something as inexpensive as Buffalo Trace should go well with this. I enjoyed it with a snifter of Maker's Mark 46, and the cigar and whiskey were like peas in a pod. So It was wonderful. At full retail, the Aging Room Quattro Nicaragua is a $13 to $14 cigar, and I'd give it a solid 5 at that price. But the great news, since it's been a few years since it topped the Cigar Aficionado Cigar of the Year charts, looks like it was 2019 that it did that. You can now find them for less if you search them out online. So grab this cigar for $8 or less. You got an easy 6.5 on your hands, at least by my thinking. Great stuff. AJ strikes again. I rest my case.
That guy knows stuff about cigars.
He kind of does. And our price to quality scale, in case you're new to the show, it's a 1 to 10 scale, but a 5 means you got exactly what you paid for. So if I'm giving it a 5 at $13 to $14, and you're able to find it for less online, that's when it kicks up to like the 6.5 or so. So yeah, good stuff. There was nothing about that cigar that wasn't awesome. So I'd just give it super high recommendations and thumbs up. So our first beer for today, the River North Helles Lager. Ian, you've already done some research.
The only thing about this beer that's not awesome is you didn't bring a whole 6-pack.
Oh, so it's hitting that sweet spot for you.
This is amazing.
Quite good.
The guys at River North really do know what they're doing. I mean, this is an exceptionally good brewery. We've had a number of their beers on the shows. I think they've all been outstanding, and I would add this one to the list for sure. It's got that German-style lager, that little bit of pretzely maltiness snap on the end.
Yes,
That's so
I mean
wonderful.
you're literally saying it all. There's even an ever so slight saltiness. You can on the finish.
You can almost taste the dust, the yeast dust off of the edge of the pretzel from this. You know.
It's really, really good.
Yeah,
It leaves a nice crisp feel in the mouth, but with a little lingering sweetness too.
I would just say that for anyone who has had mostly macro brews and you're a little frightened of craft beer because you've heard about these huge piney IPAs and stuff, try this. This is a great step into flavor without giving up kind of that mainstream beer
Coming
taste.
in at 4.8%, so not too big to
crush that if you want.
Session it.
That's good stuff. You want it cold. This one's nice and cold. And
I believe though.
It's good.
I believe even if you let it warm up, it's going to stand up though.
You think so?
Because it's that kind of good.
It's got that kind of flavor profile to it, I think. So yeah, good. What do you think?
You'll
Terry?
also notice
I'm
there's no
done.
cold activated can here, so you don't need the early warning system.
It is excellent.
Are you sure? Because I see some blue here, and would that have been blue
yeah.
if the can were warmer? Does that turn
Not
like
be blue?
Turn
I don't
green
think
or something?
I don't think this company
You
is
go, Terry.
relying on can gimmicks.
Yeah, I get the impression they're not.
They're just relying on quality product.
Yeah. One of the things, and although we have been bummed to see some of the breweries that have kind of fallen by the wayside as things have gotten a little tougher for craft breweries, there's so many of them that are doing fine, and it is largely just because of the quality of their beer.
Yeah.
And I'm thrilled to see that. There's a lot of if you read, I have beer articles pop up all the time on my news feed because of different ones that I've read getting ready to do the show. But if you believe the headlines of the beer industry right now, it's like, oh, craft brewing is on the decline. And it's true that more craft breweries are closing most months than are opening. There's still a lot of great beer being brewed out there. It's kind of like this is the leveling off period. It happened with cigars during the boom. Cigars went crazy, but when things leveled off and the boom was over, we were left with a lot more people interested in them and a lot more, different cigar
Quality
makers
choices.
out there. Yeah. One of which, by the way, it was just a little over 30 years ago that I was at a cigar dinner up in New Hampshire and wound up sitting next to a guy that nobody seemed to really know named Rocky Patel. Now, I knew him because I enjoyed smoking Indian Tobacco brand cigars. And Rocky was the guy behind Indian Tobacco. And I sat next to him. He was super nice, and he offered me a cigar at the table, which I smoked after the dinner. And it was wonderful. And it was the first time I ever smoked one of his vintage
90s?
90s, yeah. It was fantastic. And he was very excited, telling me he was just about to launch these under his own name. 30 years later. Happy 30th anniversary to Rocky Patel. He left behind a career as an entertainment lawyer to go into the cigar business. And now he's releasing his Rocky Patel 30th anniversary cigar.
I'm all over it. I'm going to try it.
Dark and box pressed, rolled with wrappers grown in the San Andres Valley. There are 2 binders from Nicaragua. Leaves, the company says, have more than 7 years of total age. Underneath is a filler blend of Honduran and Nicaraguan tobaccos, aged more than 5 years. It's intended to be medium to full in body. There's a Robusto, a Toro, and a 60. All sizes come in 20-count boxes. And there's even a limited edition Toro with even older tobacco, which comes in a rectangular tube and is suggested at $47.50 for retail. But these others are in the $18, $19 range. So, still in the affordability scale where I can afford to try one. So that's what I'll do.
I went to a cigar shop and was looking around to figure out what to smoke, and Alan picked out a cigar. And I picked out an expensive cigar. I got the Gomez Sanchez from La Palina. No, sorry, not La Palina. From I'm blanking on it.
Gomez Sanchez.
But I'll come up with it in a minute.
Adam's Family?
Anyway, it comes in a little boat, and I hadn't had one in years, and I sat down and smoked it. It lasted all the way through Alan's cigar and his second cigar. So I paid $18 for a cigar, but I paid less for cigars that day than Alan did.
Wow.
So sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you win. McAuliffe, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't bring that up at the moment. Those are great. If you could find them. I don't know that they make them anymore, but they just come in an open top little boat, and they're $18 a piece. They're fantastic.
And it's worth the money.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, love it. I don't mind paying that price range for a cigar if it really delivers. But the problem is there's so many things that I can get for around, $8-9 that I know are
so
solid.
Good,
that it's hard to go, was it twice as good as that? It's hard to tell. But still, it is fun to splurge every once in a while. And sometimes you can find some of those, $18, $19 cigars for a better price. If you go online, you and I have both been buying from Cigar Page online for a bit. Cigar Page is now opening their first brick-and-mortar retail store. Wow. It's in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is where so many cigar companies are based out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
That's pretty crazy, right?
Have you noticed that?
Yep.
Yeah. It'll be opening up next year. It'll have it's going to be the largest cigar store to date opened in the United States. Yeah, 66,000 square foot of space. About half of that will be the retail operation, and the star of the show will be the humidor, which is how the company will make its claim as the world's largest cigar store. It'll be a 44,000 square feet in area, but 60,000 cubic feet in volume humidor, filled with 750,000 cigars.
Wow.
You want to talk about kid in a candy store.
Wow.
I want to take, I got to say to my
I don't
wife,
know what's wrong with the place. He just goes in and passes out.
why don't we vacation in Bethlehem this year?
That's right.
She'd be like, oh, you mean like in the Middle East where Jesus was born? No, not exactly. I was thinking more cigars. Yeah. But anyway, that's interesting. And when Cigars International opened their stores, those were some of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
And they still are quite large. But this one looks poised to maybe unseat them.
Cigars International stores are really interesting because we have 2 in Houston. Well, in the Houston area.
Yeah.
They have to be slightly outside of Houston because they have a full bar as well, which is really kind of fun. They also have the Smiley Special.
Yeah.
So for $15, you get a pint of Yingling, a shot of Jack Daniels, and a Diesel.
Nice.
Wow.
For $15.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
So I'm going to give you a shopper's secret. If you have a Cigars International store near you, and there are a number of them across the country now, go into that humidor, find the Oliva by Nica Libre.
Yes.
That is one of the best deals you can get on a cigar.
Even if you're paying the actual retail price, they're so
it's
good.
Inexpensive, and it is just shockingly good. Wow. Shockingly good. So
I picked up a 5-pack of those.
They make one with Aganorsa leaf too, which is good, but not as good as the Oliva. That Oliva is just spectacular.
And the original Nica Libre was quite.
That's one of the best
little chocolate bomb
inexpensive
too.
little Nicaraguan cigars you can buy for sure. Yeah, I used to have those in my humidor all the time. I don't have any right now, which means I need do some shopping. Head out to Katie and shop. We did an episode at the Cigars International store. What was it in spring in
Conroe?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Conroe.
Tombo?
Yeah.
Conroe.
Yeah.
Conroe.
So and that was good.
Although there's a very, very gray line between Houston and the Woodlands and Spring and Conroe.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's got the way you are in the Woodlands is there start being fewer bumper stickers on cars. Have you noticed that? When you get into the more affluent suburbs, they don't put bumper stickers.
Also,
on the car.
everyth's kind of hidden behind trees.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
everything is,
But it's worth it to search around the trees to find the Cigars International store because it's a lot of fun to smoke in.
River North Hills is real good.
Yeah, so help me with pronunciation. Is it Hells? Is it Hellas? How do you pronounce that
Hells?
word?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hells? I don't know.
I know my favorite AC/DC song is Hellas Bellas. That always gets me going in the morning. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know. But this is a wonderful lager. It's just got that perfectly balanced bit of hop flavor along with the maltiness and the snap on the end that really, really works. I can't recommend this highly enough. And we always try to start with maybe one of the lighter beers. We're going to get to an IPA coming up in a little bit here on the show called Doom Volume. So I'm expecting that to be a little bit bigger. And then, of course, from Destihl Brewery, we'll be trying their American Stout called Black Angel. So I'm guessing that'll have a little bit of a kick to it as well. So this is fun stuff to do,
Man, that beer, I'm still kind of reeling from how good it is.
Yeah.
I will be looking for that one. Is that one you got online, or did you get that?
I believe I got it online, but I think River North can be found in. They're from Denver, Colorado, so Colorado beers are available.
DQ Mart, see if they're there.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend checking it out because that's good stuff. All right, from Richmond, Virginia, and the Vale Brewing Company will be trying their Doom Volume Hazy IPA coming up next. And we got a lot of stuff to go over, including, as I promised, the best and worst celebrity spirits. It's Smoking and Toasting. Ooh, that was nice and crisp, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. That's good. That's ultra sound effects there, ladies and gentlemen. Delivered live in the studio. It's kind of like back in the old days of radio when they, and so he rode his horse to the next village, and you've got somebody there going cloppity, 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 cloppity.
With coconuts, coconuts, each half of coconut.
You know how a little bit of beer spritzes out every time you open, right? Mm-hmm. It's now gotten chilly enough outside in Texas to wear pants, so I have something to wipe my hands on.
And something to protect you from getting the little beer spritz on your leg.
That's
when
right.
You open the. While Ian's pouring that, I want to talk to you about some celebrity spirits. Now, you got to give the credit or perhaps the blame to former Van Halen frontman Sammy Hagar. He kick-started the celebrity booze movement back in 1999 when he launched his own tequila. It was called Cabo Wabo.
Cabo Wabo.
It still exists, although he doesn't own it anymore. And I will just say, that Cabo Wabo Añejo, that's some pretty good stuff.
It was a pretty good tequila.
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah. The trend went into overdrive in 2017 after George Clooney offloaded his Casamigos tequila label to Diageo for $1 billion. And suddenly every celebrity A-lister or those who aspired to be wanted in and people from Hollywood and the music business and all over the place started launching their own celebrity
These
spirits.
self-named projects like this, also known as vanity projects.
So this is an article from the Hollywood Reporter, which isn't known for being overly critical, we can just say, but they've taken a stand on some of these. So here are the ones that they say celebrity spirits are the best, and then we'll get to the worst. Amante 1530 is put out by Sting. It is an Italian-style aperitif, which they say needn't have such a high sugar content, but apparently it does. He's put out a higher alcohol version that emphasizes the bitter in bittersweet. And Amante,
just like his songs, no one can understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah, come on. We're spirits in the material world. What are you talking about? Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley put out Brothers Bond Bourbon. They were co-stars of Vampire Diaries, which I didn't watch, but I'm sure Terry did. No, you didn't watch Vampire Diaries? We finally found a show that Terry doesn't
mortal
watch.
after all.
Amazing. They say it's a sweet and slightly spicy taste. take on the category. Complex yet accessible. It's a bourbon. And it is from Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley.
Never had that one.
Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. Now, I know you watched Breaking Bad. They put out...
I really watched Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay. Yeah, well, there you go. Dos Hombres Mezcal, proving that they still know a thing or two about making something seriously addictive, a writer says. It's a mezcal that is smoky, smooth, and just the right amount of bold, with notes of apple, mango, and a whisper of earthy spice. Glenn Howerton, Rob McElhaney, and Charlie Day, the guys from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yep, they have served up Four Walls whiskey, a blend of Irish whiskey and American rye, and it is not a complete disaster. That's what it says here. In fact, they didn't screw it up at all. Rich malty notes with a playful punch of spice, followed by a mellow caramel finish that is sweet and unsuspecting as Charlie's.
Is it an actual blended
well-meaning
whiskey, or is it something made like between those two worlds?
I think it's blended. I think it's those two things blended, the Irish
together,
whiskey
I think so,
and
yeah.
the rye. Yeah. Woody Harrelson releases Harmony, the Origin vodka. It's from the Holistic Spirits Company, and they are sustainable plant-focused liquors. Harmony is crisp and botanical 90-proof gin with hints of coriander and pineapple, and Origin vodka is a refreshingly herbal, somewhat creamy take on the vodka
he's
categories.
vegetarian and has been for many, many years.
Right. So he's...
I just don't think of gin necessarily when I think of him, but yeah, it makes sense
Yeah,
because he is vegetarian.
I can
very
see that.
vegetable,
Yeah. Lobos 1707 tequila from LeBron James, Issa Rae, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, a top shelf agave spirit.
Group of people right there.
Came to market in late 2020 and has lured a range of celebrity investors. So you often see LeBron James making marketing material for new releases. But they say the real slam dunk here is the juice. It's really, really good. Not a bad bottle in the bunch, they say. Jason Momoa put out Meili vodka, M-E-I-L-I. And so there's a vodka from Aquaman.
I feel like when you put out a new vodka, there's just not that much to say about it.
Yeah, you're right, because vodka's a neutral spirit. Although
And the better the vodka is, the more neutral it actually is.
Yeah, exactly. The more filtered, I guess, that it is. So, Sam Hugan, Heughan from Outlander, put out the Sassenach, a blended Scotch whiskey. They say that's a good one. Steven Soderbergh, the famous director and producer, put out Singani 63, a floral brandy. And Peyton Manning and Andy Roddick put out Sweetens Cove Bourbon. That makes the best list, too. And rounding out the best list, again, from Hollywood Reporter, is Beyonce's Sir Davis whiskey.
Oh.
Now, we've tried that. Well, do you remember what your take was on it?
That was nice.
Yeah?
It wasn't a whiskey that made me go, ooh, wow.
But it was decent.
But it was
right?
nice, yeah.
George Clooney and Rondé Gerber started Casamigos. This is labeled one of the worst by this article. And that, of course, it may be one of the worst, but Clooney sold it for $1 billion. So, yeah. Indoggo Gin from Snoop Dogg. Yeah, they say he's definitely not dropping it like it's hot.
Not so much.
Tesla Tequila from Elon Musk. They say it comes in a bottle that can't even stand on its own, and that's only the second worst thing about this overpriced swill. So it's a fairly muted expression, but it sells for like $3,000 a bottle online. Mo Shine from Nelly. It says here, of all the things you could do with moonshine, traditionally the drink of outlaws, bootleggers, and general badasses, you decided to filter it through peach and passion fruit Jolly Ranchers, which I think is not what actually happened. But Jason Aldean's Wolf Moon Bourbon makes the list of the worst, and that actually rounds them out. So we know there are tons more than that.
Yes.
And we've had some that have been pretty good.
How did they come up with a list of stuff that I don't think we tried any but one, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, I've had Casamigos.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was
Well,
that
it's
bad,
a Hollywood Reporter, and so all they report,
Yeah.
they do a lot of just, obviously celebrity and Hollywood, and they're actually a pretty good, source of information. They're not too biased or anything. They just give information about Hollywood. So that's an interesting take that they're doing.
Information,
on that.
but they
We need
don't
to call them and
usually
ask them to
pan
sponsor
stuff.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because if they can go along with some of that, they can go along with us, I would
Yeah,
think. So,
exactly.
Yeah, we're hoping to pick up some sponsors here soon. Ian, you poured us this IPA as the music comes on to ring us out of this segment. You want to take your first sip and tell me what you think?
First sip. I just refilled my cup.
Oh, well, Doom Volume. Oh, so you must like it.
Oh, wow.
It's really good.
All right, we'll be back to tell you more about it. And oh, you're right, it is really good.
Yeah.
We'll be back to tell you more about. I had my doubts about this one. Exciting.
Really good.
We'll be right back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back at Smoking and Toasting. Our program is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. We'll talk about some more cigars that made a good list from Cigar Aficionado coming up in a moment. But first, back to this craft beer. This is an IPA called Doom Volume. It is from the brewery that we have referenced here on the show before, the Veil. Although have we had the Veils? I know I'm familiar with them, but I don't know if we've had them on the show before. So they're out of Richmond, Virginia, and I had not tasted this before we opened the can here on the show, so I didn't know. But I was kind of expecting this would be an IPA that Ian would dislike, because just the way it was described, I'm thinking, okay, this is one of those big, super hoppy, pine coney IPAs, and instead I find out that before I even asked you, you were already on your second cup.
Well, I mean, you were talking.
Mm-hmm.
So this coming in at 6% by volume, Hazy India Pale Ale, brewed with Citra, Strata, and Galaxy hops.
Mm-hmm.
It really is embodying the best of all three of those hops.
Yeah, you know what it reminds me of is, like, before the juicy, hazy craze, one of my favorite IPAs, I remember loving the IPA from St. Arnold. Help me remember the name
Alessa.
of it. Alessa, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Named after the tall ship, right?
I was going to say, the boat, yeah.
Yeah. So this reminds me of what Alessa might taste like if it was hazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's still got that sort of classic IPA flavor to it, but then you get a little bit of that juicy, sort of citrusy vibe on the finish.
Yep. And
a
it
little
does
bit of a hop
finish
snap.
with just a kiss of pine cone and a little astringency on the tongue. But it's really nice. It makes you want a little bit more. And it's got a little sweetness up front. This is one of the better balanced IPAs that we've had on the show. Just in general, like it's so good.
Well, and we've had some that we've praised as being really well balanced.
Yeah.
So it's not like that's an empty category. It's doing well. It's doing well. I'm a little surprised and very pleasantly surprised.
It's good.
Yeah, this one
very
seeks its own level on its own, just balanced from beginning to end.
The Veil is out of Richmond, Virginia, which Richmond's one of those interesting cities because it's only a couple-hour drive from the heart of the government, Washington, D.C., but it is very not like a political type city at all. Like it's just, it's more like, I would say that if you're driving out of D.C. and driving south, Richmond's where the South begins. It's kind of a good way to describe it. It's just a little more laid back, a little more, but it's still a respectable city in its own right, and has apparently a very good brewery called the Veil.
Yeah, it's really good.
We'll give them credit for
Good
this.
job,
for
guys.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Ian, we have a number of things we wanted to discuss on today's show. We still have, of course,
Whiskey.
Whiskey to come. Yeah, and
Drinking news.
We also have drinking news coming up. But Food and Wine just announced, or just did an article, rather, where they named the 18-year-old single malt that was named Supreme Champion Spirit at the 2025 International Spirits Challenge in London. This is one of the more prestigious spirits challenge, and the title of Supreme Champion Spirit, after you've blind tasted more than 1,000 entries spanning every category. I mean, this isn't just like the best whiskey or the best tequila, the best spirit. And the winner was Yamazaki 18.
Wow.
The whiskey.
I've never had the 18. I've had the 12, and it's
Spirit.
outstanding.
The 12 is good.
Outstanding.
Yeah. We'll have to pool our financial resources and see if we can buy a bottle of this 18. Because if it wasn't expensive before, it's going to be expensive now. I think that it made this... it got this award. Surpassed all other category winners among this year's entrants, and it's the third consecutive year that a whiskey from the House of Suntory has won this top tasting award. It joins this one, which, again, let's remember that this is the 18. This joins a 25-year-old Yamazaki, which won in 2023, and a 12-year-old Yamazaki, which won in 2024. No brand has ever achieved such a three-peat.
Wow.
Pete, did you get
That's amazing.
Did you get the
Yes.
whiskey joke there?
The
Three-peat? Yeah. Okay. it's just always funnier if you explain it.
Just going to make sure to get that thing right when it says it on the bottom of the
Wait,
screen.
did you say Pete?
They were always
Closed captions, correct.
Yeah,
Pete.
they were also named Japanese Whiskey Producer of the Year for the 6th straight year. So it was funny. A buddy of mine texted me a while back and said, "Hey, what's some good Japanese whiskeys that aren't that expensive?" And I just sent back. I just sent back ... You know?
Good luck with that.
Yeah, because they are a little pricey, but boy, some of them
But they're great.
Some of
yeah.
them have just been fantastic. So yeah, maybe we'll splurge a little, and invest in a bottle.
Now, are
of
they
this and try it out on the
pricey
show.
there in Japan, or are they just pricey when you get them all the way over here in America?
You know, I assume so, but a lot of this pricing, stuff may depend a bit on the tariffs. I mean, we're sitting here hoping that 100% tariffs against Nicaragua don't go into place, because it's going to change the cigar industry forever, and not in a good way. So, to determine the supreme champion spirit, the competition's judging panels identify the top performing entrants in every category, and then they're retasted in a separate session by the category chairman, and the spirit with the highest score in the final tasting is awarded the title of Supreme Champion Spirit, which doesn't that sound kind of like a WWE thing? Like,
Supreme champion.
He's the
Yes,
supreme
there's
champion.
the ultimate champion and the world heavyweight champion. Exactly, the supreme champion.
Yeah, it's kind of their version of everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
If we come up with
tag
another
team champion.
tag team back again.
Everybody gets a trophy.
So yeah, but I thought that was interesting. Like that spirit above all others. I mean, I can think of some pretty amazing spirits that we've tried that I'm sure were in this competition.
Oh, it had to be.
That beat it out.
Yeah.
So,
I can't wait to try that spirit right in front of us.
I'm excited about that. But just think about it. This Japanese whiskey beat out proper number 12.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Wow.
just
think
saying.
about
And
that for
proper
a
number
minute.
12, we'll put a beating on you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It is appropriately endorsed.
It will put a beating on you.
It is appropriately endorsed. So
We're just going to have to put up with this Glenlivet
Wait a second.
today, then.
I mean, you say that, but like proper number 12 is a little obnoxious. It's a little raw around the edges.
yeah,
But
but at least it
a little
tastes
rough.
bad.
It's a little rough to handle. It doesn't taste particularly good. Oh wait, now I get it.
Exactly. That you just sort of add it all up, and it comes together in a
And all of a sudden, it's Conor McGregor. It actually draws a picture of Conor McGregor.
That's right.
Although he's not with them and hasn't been for a little while.
No,
now, right?
he sold it. He
sold it. And
kind of like Clooney with Casamigos. He made one that isn't considered all that great, and then sold it for a bunch of money.
$1 billion.
Because we all know that Conor McGregor needed some cash. So, yeah, that's the way that goes. Hey, it's still the year of the snake, but that has not stopped Plasencia Cigars from looking ahead. Cigar to watch for here. The year of the horse, the 2026 assigned animal for the Lunar New Year in February. This cigar is already being released by Plasencia. And the equine theme, that's horses, is represented on both the packaging and on the cigar itself. The release is officially called El Año de Caballo, which I don't know if you guys are good with Spanish, but that apparently means the Año del Caballo.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
I thought it meant the year.
yeah, it does. It translates to the year of the horse. Yeah.
it's the año of Caballo.
Which I never thought about this, but if Caballo is horse, does that mean that Camila Caballo are people calling her a horse?
Camila Horse. Camila.
It's Cabello, I guess.
Cabello.
Not Caballo.
Well,
I mean,
but,
there's a
that's
Megan
how,
Thee Stallion. Come on.
This is true. This is true.
Megan Thee Stallion.
And nobody's going to argue with her about it.
Nope.
No. She'll kick your ass. That's what she'll do. Oh, gosh. Anyway, the limited edition single size is 7 by 58, and it is distinct because of a long braided tail emanating from the cap of the cigar. So, yeah, a little bit different. Each cigar is topped with a long piece of braided tobacco that resembles a horse's mane or tail. According to the company, making the brand is an elaborate process that involves a third roller just to make sure they get the cap done properly. So think about it.
Wow.
Not just two, but a third roller trying to get this all all done. And some are calling this the Opus Green, another cigar to watch for. Others refer to it as the Opus 25, but its official name is the Fuente Opus X 25 Anniversary El Tributo.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, which is Spanish for Fuente Opus X 25 Anniversary, the Tributo. And it's shipping to retailers, but only in very small allotments, so you may have to be on the lookout for this. At one time, you could only get these cigars if you bought the very expensive El Blue Humidor, but now you can get them on their own. So you can, I mean, these are those cigars that, it's not like they're not going to be good, but you spend the elevated price tag on these so you can say that you had one.
Yes.
It's like it's like people who drive Maseratis.
Yeah.
It's a fine car.
Yeah.
But the reason you bought it was so you could say, I have a Maserati.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't ever say, here's the thing, you can tell because they don't ever say, oh, it's parked out by my car. They say it's parked out by my Maserati.
Right.
That's how they speak like that, yeah.
And you're never going to hear me go, yeah, it's parked out by my Honda Accord.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm not
exactly.
going to call that out
It's
the
out
same
by the
way.
Camry.
Yeah, exactly. Fuente describes the Tributo as being not as strong as the Red Label line, but stronger than the Blue Label, the 20th anniversary. So initial shipments went out on these a few weeks ago. So if you're into trying to track one of those down so you can try it, I'd be watching your cigar shop for the next couple of weeks. So, So yeah, there's a lot of good and interesting cigars coming out. It's a good time to be assuming the tariffs don't wreck the whole industry. It's a good time to be a cigar fan.
I was talking like that punch I tried earlier is one of their. It's one of their yearly series that they release, right? So that was along with the Dad's Home movies and stuff like that, and their yearly releases are so good. I look forward to them every year.
It's kind of like we do with the St. Arnold Christmas Ale.
That's right.
And
it's out.
I've
been drinking it. Yes.
Oh, you already tried. Should have asked you to bring some on the show.
I've already beat down an 18-pack of that.
An 18-pack. Oh, yeah, floating down the river, no doubt. So without delving too much into it, because we'll definitely get someone try it on the show. But how does it compare with previous years' Christmas ales?
It's right on par. It's so good. It's such a good beer.
Yeah, there's a lot of breweries that do Christmas ales, and we maybe before the holiday break, we will take, not that we take holiday break, but before we do the holiday break, maybe we'll do an all Christmas ale show. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah. So you'll have to kind of keep your eyes open now because you have to buy them in like August, or else they're all sold out by December. So yeah, that's the way that it normally does. Okay, well, I tell you what, we are going to take a break, and we will be back. We have more to taste, specifically
Glenlivet.
Glenlivet.
Oh, it's time for the Glenlivet.
This is Ian's find from the duty-free shop, so we're pretty excited to get to that, and we'll do so next. It's Smoking and Toasting. Stay with us. Welcome back, my friends. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show's all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. While Ian is the Wika Wikas were a little soft, but the pop was perfect.
The pop was great.
Yeah. This is what we do now. We critique sound effects. I give it a 92. So while Ian's pouring some whiskey here for
What did I
us to
call it
taste.
earlier? Dramatic engagement?
That's right. That's exactly what it is. Let me read you some of these dozen delightful cigars you need to try right now from an article that came out on September 30th, so you're late. But we're just now getting them to you. The first one on the list is the Padron Series 1926 #1. It is a $26 cigar. Debuted in 2002 to honor founder Jose Orlando Padron's 75th birthday. It is among the strongest blends the company makes. It has cedar and espresso and cocoa powder and maple and marzipan, and they just raved about it at Cigar Aficionado.
Fantastic.
Scored a 94, which for those guys is a very high score. Like you don't see much that gets above 93.
No, you get 91s, but
yeah, 91s, 92s.
92s
If you get a
on rare
93,
occasions.
you're like celebrating. A 94 is just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
They also gave a 93 to the Bolivar New Gold Meadow. Now, this is a Cuban cigar, and it's one of those cigars that looks like it's, when you see it wrapped, it's got this gold wrapper that goes over most of the cigar, like a foil wrapper, and you're thinking, okay, this is a cheap cigar. It's not. It's
But you actually light the foil and everything. They're gold, don't you?
It's over 45 pounds, not weight, but British pounds, if you're buying it. So
wow.
think about that. The snazzy packaging, they say it is a gift wrapped, and it is available exclusively at La Casa del Habano shops, which I think the guys at Cigar Aficionado were just showing off. If you want to know what I think, they got this super exclusive cigar, kind of like your super exclusive whiskey from Duty Free, and
Did they even
went
have to
on
pay
and on about
for it even?
The Camacho Corojo Churchill, a $10 cigar, scored a 93. And that's the first time we've seen Camacho in the higher end of the
For a long
ratings
time,
in a while. Yeah, so that's good to see. Leaf by Oscar Corojo Lancero. It's an $11.65 cigar. It also scored a 93.
Love all the Oscar
And
stuff.
Partagas, the Linea Maestra Origin. I'm not good at pronouncing these things, but it's another Cuban Partagas, and it's a blue and gold label, which normally the Partagas labels are red and gold. So when you
I'm
see
just
the
going to
band,
live
so.
with my nose right here.
Okay, you do that while I tell you about San Cristobal Revelation. Just over $11 for the cigar. It scored a 93. And the Cohiba Lancero, which, again, another Cuban one. I really hate that they put these on these listings, because if we can't get them, what does it matter, right? The Illusione Original Documents Habano Lancero scored a 92. It's a Lancero, but it's $12.70. And the My Father Le Bijou, the 1922 Churchill, scored a 92 as well. San Luis Rey Carreñas Toro, a Honduran broadleaf.
I haven't had an
cigar.
SLR in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't either. And finally, the Tatuaje Black Petite Lancero. So a lot of Lanceros in there, but it wasn't because they were trying to go like under $10 or something like that. Because sometimes you get that with when they do these lists of great cigars under $11, and then you find out they're all like little tiny cigars, or Lanceros. But Ian, you're not saying much.
He just grabbed his glass because he realizes that he's missing out right now while he's talking about cigars.
Yeah, exactly.
He's looking at us. We haven't gotten our nose out
So
of the
first
thing.
off,
I'm looking over at Ian, and he gave a glance to that cigar, to that bottle of scotch. That if it were a human, they would be like, something's going down.
I think the look he gave would make Tiffany a little jealous today.
I think so.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Ian, you've had a chance to do some research while I've been talking cigars. What do you think? You're going to have to stop drinking it long enough to tell us.
So first off, the nose on this
Amazing.
is absolutely brilliant.
Wow.
It's so good. And then I took a sip.
Yeah.
It is silky.
It really is. It's one of the smoothest and silkiest scotches I think I've ever had.
It is silky. It is sweet. It is buttery. It is.
Wow.
It is a little bit of molasses. It's a little bit of it. It's powdered sugar. It's.
But it's also got that
it's
almost
incredibly good icing. It's.
It's got
But
that
it's silky smooth.
But it's got that flavor. Like, is this in brandy casks?
It's
What is
so
this matured in?
fruity and ridiculous.
'Cause it's
doing
so
so
fruity.
many things.
So how is it matured? Does it say? I know it's triple cask. What are the casks? Do we know?
So it's. Yes. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grab this.
Ian's gonna grab the box, which has more info. And I love saving whiskey boxes. I don't know why. I just do.
Yeah.
The Glenlivet's Triple Cast series exemplifies skills of makers. I'm going to skip over that. The Distiller's Reserve is a delicate combination of smooth and fruity notes. Our craftsmen have ensured that the whiskeys from the 3 different casks have balanced influence to taste to enable exploration of flavors. American White Oak casks, ex-sherry cask, and traditional casks.
Sherry is what I'm getting.
Yeah, there's a sherry note in there.
That's
it's big.
where some of that fruitiness is coming from. Yeah.
So it says on here the nose, full and bursting with ripe fruity pear and soft fudge, incredibly sweet and smooth. I can get along with that. Fruity pear flavors with a spicy orange marmalade tang, slightly dry. And then the finish is marzipan and fresh hazelnuts. Marzipan has now come up twice in this show, hasn't it?
Yes, it's second mention for marzipan.
Very strange.
But I tell you what's interesting, though. Sometimes when you read a description like that, it can help you put like a finger on a flavor you were getting that you weren't quite sure what it was. And when you said fudge, there is absolutely a sort of a creamy fudge vibe.
The
in
nose to me, I get a little bit of amaretto chocolates.
That's really good. Was that an expensive bottle? It tastes like an expensive
between
bottle.
$80 and $90.
Okay, so
but
not
you can
cheap,
only
but not ridiculous.
Yeah, you can only get it at duty-free places.
Wow.
And I'd never seen it before, so I walked in and I said, "Well, I haven't seen that. What's the price on it?" And so I bought it.
And so next time you're traveling out of the country and coming back in, check it out at the duty-free shop. Duty-free is where you can buy amazing stuff like this without having to pay the import duties on it.
And you might think also
And you said
that
duty.
for that much money for a non-age statement whiskey, but that being said, it's also a 1 liter bottle.
Gotta love that. Also, duty free is not what they call their pants after the ferret experiment that we talked about in the last
Ferret legging.
whatever it was called.
Ferret legging.
All right, we will take a break and be back. Guess what, folks? It only goes downhill from here. Drinking news is next. Welcome back to Smoking and Toasting. It's our program that's all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. And before we get into drinking news today, I have to confess I updated my phone. I had like a 13, and they're up to 17 now or whatever. So it wasn't like ancient, but it was time. So I upgraded my phone. But what I found out is that some of the apps that I had on my old phone are no longer valid. And I had an app on my phone called Recorder, and Recorder was where I had actually recorded a few people saying the line for the Drinking News theme song. I had to take my gator to the vet. So if we have a guest on, we usually have them say it, but if we didn't have a guest, I'd usually play one of these from the phone. Well, it won't. It says unable to install because it's no longer.
It's like trying
on
to play
the App
Angry
Store.
Birds 1. It's no longer available.
Forget about it. You can't do it. So, so Terry, we're now going to ask you to cross a bit of a threshold here on Smoking and Toasting, because you've been on the show for quite a while now, but you've never actually been the guy that says, I had to take my gator to the vet.
Okay.
So you can do it today. You're welcome to put an effect on your voice or something if you want to, or you can just go straight. You can do it however you like. But ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Drinking News.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news. A Florida man with one arm said he had a gator for a pet. When asked about his absent arm, he said,
I had to take my gator to the vet.
did he fall in a well?
He lived in a cave.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all. Him and the gator lived in a cave.
Next to baby Jessica, who's grown up now.
I live in a cave down by the river.
Before we get to our main story on today's Drinking News, I thought we would first check in with a man with some rather strange health beliefs. And no, I'm not talking about anybody who works in government. It's a man named John, a Florida man.
Florida man. I had a mouthful of whiskey.
I was gonna say we caught you unprepared there. I apologize.
Well, I could have had that sip and swallowed a long time ago, but I just let it linger in my mouth because it's so
freaking good.
good.
Well, John is a Florida man, and he seems to have some odd ideas of his own about nutrition. John, who has 400,000 followers on Instagram and has chosen not to share his last name for privacy reasons, decided earlier this year that he was going to chow down on raw chicken every day in a bizarre challenge to find out if eating raw meat isn't as horrifying as it seems.
Wow.
So the Florida man videoed himself.
What?
The Florida man videoed himself and posted the footage of him eating slabs of raw chicken and chugging raw eggs for his followers on social media.
Whoa, Rocky.
John posted that he planned to eat raw chicken every day until he, quote, gets a tummy ache, end quote. So, how's the experiment coming along? Well, our only clue is that the Florida man, after posting the vids of him binge eating the raw chicken and eggs, has not posted at all since July. We can only guess.
Hell reasons.
The tummy ache apparently arrived pretty quickly. Either that or John is not with us anymore.
Yeah, I
The
was going to
evidence-
say,
the
last
evidence
time that
remains
happened-
inconclusive.
Yeah.
So
Last time I saw that happen on one of the socials, they just weren't around anymore.
yeah. But our main story on today's drinking news takes us to Michigan, where a supposedly joyful 50th high school reunion party turned into a Halloween nightmare earlier this year. For their party, this group of former students rented an Airbnb in the city of Alpena. The Airbnb is nicknamed the Castle. But it turns out that this castle was kind of haunted in its own peculiar way.
Haunted?
The plaintiffs,
Now, hold on. Do you believe in ghosts?
honestly, no.
I don't know that I have a feeling one way or another, but I have never once been bitten by a ghost.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if I believe in them. I just know that the guy who runs the PR over at the Children's Museum, and I swear, he posted a picture one time of the hotel that The Shining was in, and there was, it made national news because he wasn't even paying attention, and there was something in the picture. That's all I know.
I have been to
True
that
story.
hotel.
True story.
I have been to that hotel. Nothing unusual happened. Promise. Well, anyway, the plaintiffs, and we're calling them that because they've filed civil suit against the Airbnb and the owners of the castle. They had a wonderful and uneventful time for the first 3 days of their stay. But late at night on the third day, 2 of the guests staying in the large turreted room were awakened by screeching sounds to find a dark shape flying about the bedroom. The women fled the room in terror into the hallway and slammed the door shut behind them.
Now, who hasn't had a late-night bat visit? Come on.
Yeah, initially the renters believed it was just a single stray bat that somehow ended up in their bedroom, and they laughed off the whole spooky encounter. But shortly afterward, they were horrified to discover an entire colony of Michigan brown bats filling the hallway, according to the lawsuit. The women tried to run out of the house but found the stairwell consumed with bats, the law firm claims. Having their escape route cut off, the renters ran back into their bedrooms and barricaded inside using window sashes, pillows, and towels to cover the doors. But despite their best efforts, the bats were still able to invade their rooms through gaps in the baseboards.
Whoa.
Jeez.
And it gets worse.
That's like nightmare fuel right there.
Some of the women were struck by flying bats. Others had the airborne mammals entangled in their hair, or at least one of the guests suffered bites, according to a press release. Now, unable to escape, and this is the creepiest part of all right here, the women tried to find refuge from the winged intruders by climbing beneath the covers, but the bats managed to burrow their way into the bedding.
Wow.
It was not until the sun rose, like some really bad B horror movie,
Well, I was wondering, some got bit. I mean, are
Yeah.
they vampires now?
the bats finally retreated back into their hiding place in the attic.
Hey, man, if you can sue somebody and you have eternal life,
Yeah.
that's a win-win.
Boom.
An exterminator
Boom.
was swiftly called to the house and found the attic coated with, and I'm quoting here, inches upon inches of bat guano.
Oh, dude, you had to be able to smell that. Come
And
on.
the walls of the basement were also dripping with bat urine, suggesting that this massive bat colony has called the castle its home for at least several years.
Wow.
I will mention that I wasn't too sure about using this story for drinking news until I read far enough to discover the word guano, and then I knew I had to put this on
There it is.
and share it with you guys.
There it is.
And, you know, having booked a few pleasant surprises, as well as a few unpleasant ones on Airbnb, I will just say that I have learned how to read between the lines on some of these listings and avoid potential problems such as bat infestation,
You
right?
got to learn how to do that.
Matter of fact, I've gathered a list of a few of the Airbnb property headlines that you might want to avoid. And so I've molded them for
need to
you
listen to this.
into another of our widely panned drinking news top 5 list, which I'd like to share with you now. This would be the top 5 Airbnb listing headlines for rentals that you might want to avoid. Top 5 Airbnb listing headlines you might want to avoid. Number 5, charming cottage with peaceful views and a rat named Beelzebub. Book now. Number 4, experience a piece of true crime history in this California villa where Sharon Tate spent her last night. Number 3, enjoy your stay at this Vegas getaway home just miles from the Strip. Owner lives on site. His name is Carrot Top. Wouldn't that be the worst? Like the owner's like just hanging around and it's him.
And it's Carrot
Yeah,
Top?
and you see him like without even his makeup on.
gotta be
and stuff.
amazing.
Yeah. Number 2, spend your vacation at our newly renovated Michigan Castle, now mostly guano free. And the number 1 Airbnb listing headline for a rental that you might want to avoid. Number 1. Luxurious 17,000-foot Miami rap star celebrity home now empty and available for rent. All bed sheets have been laundered since the last freak off. Reporting live.
Act now and you get a free bottle of baby oil.
Reporting live from Michigan, where I'm definitely not gonna stay in this smelly castle.
Oh.
That was for you, Dad. My name is Cruz, and that, my friends, is your.
Drinking news, drinking news. Now it's time for drinking news.
Cheers, y'all. Sorry, I had that, as you did earlier, had this wonderful Glenlivet on my palate, and I just didn't want it to end.
Oh.
You know, so I had to take a little delay there.
They need to
get
make that available everywhere.
This is really good, isn't it? For like what, an $80, $90 bottle? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Especially a
Because-
liter, that's good.
Yeah, it's also it's so most liquor bottles that you buy are going to be the 750 milliliter. So this is like another quarter or so of awesomeness.
Now 25% more.
Somehow they don't have that with a big starburst
You
on the
gotta,
front.
love, you gotta love the pricing on bottles. Now, this one's like the exclusive one, but if you go to your random liquor store and you get, say, Buffalo Trace, for instance,
Yeah.
right? Your regular bottle's like $28 or $30. Your 1 liter bottle's like $40.
Yeah.
Your handle,
Yeah.
the 2 liter bottle, is like $5 more.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Well, that's the reason I always did the big bottles for tequila to make margaritas and vodka or gin to make to make martinis, because like you're going to use a lot anyway.
Yeah.
Especially if you make them the way I do, and you might as well get it for the cheapest that you can get it. You know.
I got a present for one of my friends one time, birthday present, and we went to Total Wine, and my friend goes, "Oh, they have a good price on this Belvedere vodka, and he'll like that. That'll be good." And we went and we looked. For $2 more, there was this giant one that was literally like this, and we got it for him just because it's $2 more, and it was hilarious because he's the kind
Nickel
that would,
difference.
Yeah, he'd normally like just, put it in his bag and take it home and stuff, but to watch him at the elevators cradling this giant bottle.
Like when you get a huge bottle of champagne that obviously no one's ever going to open. Yeah, because you got to drink it all that night.
Yes,
So that's how you know
It sounds like you guys have commitment issues.
Yeah. That's when you know you may have a drinking problem, when you think, I'm going to open that Magnum, and I'm just home by myself.
Me and the cat.
Yeah, that's right. I got to figure, though, with vodka, as long as it's decently filtered, like vodka's not something I spend top dollar on. I basically go to Specs and whatever one they're having some big special. I'm currently rocking Svedka bottle in the big bottle for like $13. Like it's unbelievably inexpensive. Yeah. But there are other things, when it comes to Glenlivet, you might want to invest a little more, but this is spectacular for that price
so good.
range. Spectacular.
The oaky finish with the chocolate layered across it is just, even the finish I want to sit and enjoy.
Yeah, and that to me is like, that's what makes a great whiskey, is when it's not just the drinking that you enjoy, but after you take that sip and you've swallowed it and you're sitting there, you're just kind of basking in the enjoyment of the flavor that's still on your palate.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing. That's what it's all about, my friends.
I wonder at the distillery when they go, we're only going to put this one in duty free shops.
Yeah.
Like, what makes that decision? Because it's not just this company. Like, there are a lot of companies.
Well,
have.
Okay, so could it be that it's a smaller batch and they don't have enough actual juice to populate
Maybe
it out
that's
to
the niche
liquor
where it
stores around?
fits.
Well, I don't. Who runs the duty-free shops? And is this something that, like, maybe the airports just buy up and pay top dollar for something to have people to want to go to duty-free shops? Maybe they get paid well to do it.
Yeah, it's a good question. I've never I've never thought about
Until-
like who runs
Yeah,
this.
who runs
you
the
know?
duty free
Until
shop? Is it
recently,
Delta?
the Jameson triple was a duty free only, and just recently now you can get it here in Texas.
Yeah.
But it's slightly different as far as I can tell.
I bought some Cuban cigars at duty free and, smuggling them back in the bag,
By smuggle, you mean stuck them in your pocket?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're such a rebel.
Yeah. The best thing to do is go in the winter, have your wife wear a big coat, and put all the cigars in her pocket. They're not going to search her pockets for cigars. It's not going to happen. And if they do, it's like, okay, hon, I'll see you when you get home. So,
That's a man with a plan
that's right.
there.
That's right. By the way, can you toss me one of those? I'm going to be waiting for you. It is what it is. I think about, though, like, I've always wondered this. Like, I would love to have as a job, one of the people that are inspecting you at the checkpoint, right?
Oh.
Because if they find, like, Cuban cigars on you, they're going to take them.
You get to keep it?
That's right.
It's like, dude, what a great way to stock your humidor with Cuban cigars.
We found
I'm
this
sorry, sir.
one cigar on him.
Yeah, you're like, wait a second, that's a Padron 1926, and you're like, oh yes, Cuban, I'm keeping it. Yeah, Cuba, Nicaragua, it's all the same.
Contraband.
of the
It's
job.
contraband.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody's got to do it, right?
You could make a bomb with this.
Yeah.
This cigar is the bomb. All right, sir, I'll be keeping that.
Take that.
Yeah. All right, we will return momentarily. We still have one more beer, by the way. We're going to try this stout, so we'll get to that next. I promise. It's Smoking and Toasting. Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. Our show is all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. Now, guys, I've always pledged not to be that annoying guy who always wants to talk to you about his fantasy football team.
But when did you do that?
But I do have to share this with you. I've lost 6 in a row on fantasy football.
Oh.
But this week, currently, it looks like I am going to win a game. And what's awesome is the guy I'm playing is the one who shoots his mouth off about how great his team is on the fantasy football chat all the time. He's just, the guy apparently has no life. All he does is post about how great his team does. I have lost 6 in a row, and I'm going to beat him this week. And I just wanted to say it couldn't have come at a better time.
Nice.
I feel like, the New York Jets where you win a game. It's like, woo, our season is saved.
Hey, what about the Texans the other day?
Yeah, that was really something. Pulling off that last minute win. That was with the backup quarterback. Amazing.
I have a thing on my phone that just shows me every quarter what's happening.
Yeah.
I stopped even looking at it after the second quarter. I didn't find out that they won until yesterday.
So I saw footage of it on YouTube last night, and it's crazy because when they're scoring those final points, you look up into the stands and there's nobody there.
No,
everybody left in the third quarter. So
yeah, that's what the Texans do, though. They always
That'll
do stuff
teach you.
like that, and then they'll bring it back, and the fans. That's how it always. Some of the Texans' best years have been years that they started out like trash, and then it ended up winning
looking good down the stretch.
ended up winning their division or whatever.
So well, you can tell we're homers here if we're talking about the Texans, but at least we're not pissing off half of our audience by talking about the Astros. See, that would, because there's only 2 types of people who in the United States when it comes to baseball. There's those who hate the Houston Astros, and those who live in Houston. There's nothing in between.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I just was here my whole life.
Oh yeah.
Now, who did you
surprised?
Who did you go for though? I realized that with that, the Dodgers were all the people that usually root for the Stros were rooting against the Dodgers and for the Blue Jays in this World Series because of that.
Well, I rooted for the Blue Jays, but it was only because I was trying to do something nice for Canada after it seems like we've kind of been, pooping on Canada governmentally.
Every once in a while, we should say we're sorry, too.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. They always say they're sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
We should be the
Sorry,
ones.
Canada.
I am not sorry that we're trying the Black Angel beer, however, from Destihl, and I have a feeling you're not either, are you?
It's pretty darn good. It's today's been a good beer day, right? Good drink day all over. This is nice. This is not the biggest mouthfeel stout, but it is also very coffee and very roasted notes
It kind of
forward.
reminds me if you took like a Guinness, but you really cranked up the roasted coffee bean.
Yeah.
You know, because it's got kind of the same mouthfeel as a Guinness.
Yeah.
But it's got
like
much
that.
more coffee, almost like that. And I don't mean this negatively, but that burnt coffee.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, like it's been sitting in the
Right.
in the pot for
And
a
I
couple
don't want
hours,
to drink it, but
just
it's
a
fun to
bath pot.
smell
Yeah.
and it's fun to drink when it's here. You know? It balances out with the other notes from the beer. But yeah, this is one you can find anywhere. Destihl Brewery is out of Illinois. They're from Normal, Illinois. Which
It's Destihl, by the way, if you're looking it up. But they make great beers. I've had quite a few of their beers. They are fantastic.
yeah, they really are. We've had some of their IPAs and some of their other things on the show before. But yeah, this is. I'm pretty impressed, and I
It's
always
coming in at
love
6 and 6+.
always love the black
Percent,
can.
6.9.
It always looks so like
Stranger
covert.
Things.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Always looks like, oh, something's going on here. What is
Yeah.
this black can? But this is. I will just say this: if you don't like that sort of burnt coffee vibe, this is not for you because that is the overwhelming.
I really
flavor
like
of
this.
thing.
It
I think
turns
it's good.
the whiskey into the donut with the sprinkles all over it.
Oh, really? Sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
A Homer donut.
Oh, it sure does. It's got that sugary powdered sugar plus
That's
sprinkles.
that powdered sugar I mentioned earlier is in
plus
there.
sprinkles taste. It really brings it out. And then if you go back to the beer,
I hadn't gone that way yet. I don't
kind
think
of the
it's.
same. Yeah,
I don't know that it does it any favors, but it doesn't seem to harm it too much.
yeah. It really is kind of the same as it was.
The
before.
thing is, though, too, like between these two things, the beer doesn't have any sweetness to it.
None.
It's actually like coffee bitter,
Yes.
and leaves your mouth feeling a bit like that. So this would be really nice with like the cigar I smoked earlier, or something along the bigger sides of stuff. You're having a Man of War or a Diesel or something.
Right,
like
right.
that.
If you're having something that needs something really strong to stand up to it, and not that this is that strong, but it's got enough flavor stoutness,
Yes,
if you'll
yes.
pardon the pun, to stand up against that. And you're right; it doesn't really change much if you're coming back from the whiskey. This whiskey, by the way, I'm
whiskey's
going to
pretty
plan a
darn
trip
good.
out of the country just to get some of this.
It's really good.
Like a weekend trip just on the boat in the in the Gulf.
You know
as
what
long
I'll
as
do? I'll
we
go to
tap
Canada.
international waters.
I'll go to Canada and see if I can get it duty free on the way back.
Isn't that song Alberta Bound?
What? See, the song I always think of when you bring up Canada is famous Canadian Gordon Lightfoot singing "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald."
Well, then
Well,
Gordon
that's just a
Lightfoot
big
did
thing
Alberta
lately.
Bound
Yeah.
as well.
Oh,
of
he
course.
did Alberta?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right, yeah.
I was thinking more of like what was it, Snowbird from?
That's Anne Murray,
Anne Murray.
who was also
Yeah,
who was
Anne
also
Murray.
Canadian. Yeah. So, been a lot of great. Rush was Canadian.
Yes, that's right.
By the way, they're going to tour again.
I know.
Are they
I heard
really?
about that.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. It's like,
Wait, are
how
all
would you-
three of them still there?
No.
I was gonna say
the
one
drummer,
died, right? I
Yeah,
thought,
Neil
Neil
Peart, the
Peart
drummer
died?
died. Yeah. So here's the thing: how sure of yourself, if you play drums, do you have to be
Oh, yeah.
to go
Yeah,
audition for
Yeah,
Getty
yeah.
and Alex
Yeah.
to be the guy that replaces Neil Peart when you go on tour?
These are the
I mean,
guys that
seriously.
when you read books about them, I've read some stories and stuff, and they're like, yeah, Led Zeppelin was out there partying, and they had all the beer, and they had all the alcohol and the women. We were on the train reading books.
Yeah.
like we were honing our skills. Like that's what they were doing.
That's when I got to go. I got to go backstage to meet Muse one time, the three-piece band from, and like they're huge in Britain, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm thinking,
They're great.
I'm thinking, oh, they're so big over there. It's going to be like,
So-
it's going to be like Groupie City. It's going to be like this totally debauchery. But no, they were hanging backstage with their moms, and it was so like, it was the most chill backstage of all time. I mean, I went backstage at Yanni once. It wasn't that
So
chill.
their
You know.
drummer is a German lady named Annika Nilles, Nilles.
Is that for Rush?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I bet she's badass.
Wow, she has to be.
Yeah. Sheila E. vibes coming off of her right now.
For real.
Wow. So I don't know how we talked a lot about drummers today. We talked a lot about a lot of things that had nothing to do with cigars and spirits and craft beer. So
These are all badass things you think about when you're smoking cigars and drinking
this
whiskey.
is true.
Exactly.
And that's how we can excuse all
We
of it.
not only talk about the stuff, but we give you the topics to talk about while you're
There
drinking the
you
stuff
go.
and
Not only,
smoking the
and it's not just the
cigars.
drunken fact. It's like all
right.
kinds of stuff.
That's right.
All right. This was super
Next
fun.
week, Nicolas Cage.
Speaking of next week, who do we have on the show next week?
Well, so we got Hard Truth whiskey coming up.
Yeah.
We got we have Grego, a local DJ here, a local legend.
When Grego was on the show last time, it was one of my favorite shows we've ever done.
Dude,
That was
we had
just
so much
great
fun with him. Yes.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that again. We will be way, way, way off topic on that show. So
Yeah.
join us for
We'll
it.
be
It
back
should
at
be a blast.
Eculent sometime in the very near future.
Very nice, very nice. We got some good stuff coming up.
Man, that's so fun over there.
And we got to do our end of the year wrap up show. That'll be around around the corner. So a lot of good stuff coming up. Thank you for joining us for this one. This has been number 458 episode of Smoking and Toasting. We're all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand rolled cigars. My name is Cruz. My co-host is Mr. Ian Barry. Terry Michaels on the wheels of steel. Have a great week, my friends, and
Cheers,
cheers, y'all.
There she goes, there she goes.